Hello guys, my name is Ngubeko. I'm a student at the University of Cape Town, right? Welcome to my YouTube video. You clicked the right YouTube video, by the way. So I want to talk about why the school system is not for everybody. So growing up, all of us were told that we should go to school. We were told that school is the right way to life. Go to school, go to university, get a job, right? And all of those things, a structured way of doing things, right? So all of us were in one classroom. We were expected to do similar things, the same thing basically. We were expected to do the same thing, follow basic rules, right? And all of those things, right? We were told to follow rules basically, right? You had to raise your hand in order to speak, right? And all of those things, all of those rules, right? So basically, school killed many hopes and dreams, many talents, many gifts, and it's killed many people's confidence along the years, right? Let me explain why I say that. Some people have no confidence in life right now. They don't have confidence in themselves, in their dreams, in their inner voices, right? They can't articulate themselves in the real world. They feel like they have to find a job in order to make money, for example. They feel like that's the only way of succeeding in life, right? They rather suppress their gifts and their purpose and their talent, right? And they rather settle for survival, right? Because school is for survival. It's for making it, like it's for money, it's for survival, right? It's for survival, basically. It's not for thriving, it's not for creation, it's not for creativity, right? It's not for freedom. It's for survival. Like there's a structure, you get paid, it gets paid at the end of the month and all of those things, right? So school in of itself is not a bad thing, because school taught us how to count, how to read English, we are speaking English right now because of school, right? So it's not a bad thing in and of itself, but the education system, the system in and of itself it has some flaws. It's wrong basically. It's flawed. The whole system needs to be re-evaluated, right? Because you can't expect that 100 students, all of them will do the same thing, right? So basically, at school we are praised for following rules. You're not praised to be your own person, right? You're not praised for being your own person. We are praised for following structures. We are praised for not questioning things, right? A student who talks so much, a student who, at a young age, like, who talks so much, who speaks so much, who questions a lot of things, who is just all over the place, you get punished for doing that, right? You need to be compliant and all of those things. So school trains you to be compliant workers instead of creative thinkers, people who think outside of the box, people who are going to think for themselves. School trains workers, right? It trains workers. It looks for workers. That's why I say the school system is flawed in that way, right? Because it shuns every creativity. Every space for creativity is going to be shunned. It's going to be destroyed, basically. There are people who had talent. Maybe they were singers. Maybe they were athletic. Maybe they were had all of these gifts. Maybe some of them were soccer players, right? There are many talents that you can imagine, right? And people are right, like they had to abandon all of those talents. Imagine you were a soccer player with a talent in school, and you had to abandon that talent because it was not realistic, right? You can't make it. Who said you will make it? Just study, because don't be delusional. Don't do that. School is like that. It's realistic in its way, and it wants to compress everyone in one thing, right? So you find that people lose their confidence. They lose their confidence when they're going to school. Growing up, they lose their confidence because they can't do what they want to do, because it's wrong. Because it's wrong to do that. It's unrealistic to do that, right? It doesn't make sense. that you want to play soccer when you want to be a soccer star. That is unrealistic. Just go to school. So that's the message that is being sent to people. If you're a singer, right, you can't really think about singing because you have to think about school. Do you get what I'm saying? You have to always think about the school system and everything. So school forces people into a survival state, not in a creative state, right? So that's why school kills many dreams. It kills many talents, right, of people. People live in fear. It's like people are begging to live. They are begging for survival. That's the school system. Like, people are coming like this, right? They are coming like this to the school system, to the system, right? And there's something wrong with the school system. It's just flawed. It's wrong. The way it works, right? The way it works. And people realize too late. It's either they are in a job that they hate. Yes, they're getting paid very well, but they're in a job they hate. They can't stand this job they're working on. It's a good paying job, but they can't stand it. Or number two, it's either they finish their tertiary degrees and they can't find jobs. Now they are cooked now because all of their talents, all of those things, they've lost their talent, they've lost themselves within the school system because of how they think. They can't think outside of it. They can't think outside of the school system. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, right? So a 25-year-old lady, she was always a singer. She always had a good voice, but now she can't have the confidence to do that, right? It's too late now, right? By the way, it's never too late, ne? We all know that. But she could have been a singer at the age of 18 or 19 or 17, right? But now she can't. And if you take a look at the most prominent people in society, the people who has more freedom, who are in businesses and all of that, most of those people, they are doing something that they love. They are doing creative work, right? They are doing something that is outside of the school system, right? It's either they're trading, or they're in YouTube, or they're in content creation, or they are athletes, or they're in playing some type of sports, right? Or any of those things, or they are singers, they are musicians, they are artists, all of those things. Those are where people are making the most money. That's where God helps people the most, when they are doing something that they love, doing something that is aligned with their purpose, right? So the school system is not for everyone, and people realize this very late in life. It is actually not for me. People ignore their purpose, they ignore their dreams, they ignore their talents. Imagine, we are good at, how many people have you seen who are very good at playing soccer? Those uncles in Kasi, they are good at playing soccer, but they never made it, right? They didn't make it because they didn't have the confidence. They were not given the confidence, right? The support, because everything that they are, their talents, everything was against their talents. No one supported them in their endeavors, or in their talents, in nurturing their talents. No one taught them to look for within, to look within themselves for talent, to look within themselves for purpose. Everybody was taught to look outside of themselves. Everybody was taught to look and follow orders around themselves, to look around and just like a headless chicken, basically, right? So no one was taught to look within themselves and find their purpose. So that's why I say school is not for everybody, and it's not for everybody. It's certainly not for me personally. Mind you, I passed high school. I passed really well. I used to work hard and everything like that, right? But I know that I could do something better. My biggest fear for me, it was working a job. My biggest fear was a job. That is it. A job was my biggest fear, right? Because of the structure, because of the system that it has and everything like that. So that's my take on why school is not for everybody, right? School is not for everyone, and it kills more dreams than it makes. So there's something wrong with the school system. The school system should be fixed in some kind of way, right? It kills the confidence and esteem of many individuals around the country, right? People are begging and looking outside. They're looking for, right, instead of creating for themselves. People can't start businesses for themselves now. They are scared of how people are going to think of them. If you are failing at school, you are called a failure. All of those things need to stop, right? Kids should be asked to go to, what is your purpose and everything like that. What do you want to do? Because the school system doesn't care what you want to do. It only cares about praising the people who are followers, who are going to follow the rules that are there. And if you don't follow those rules, you're a bad child. You're going to be punished for that. You're never even asked, what do you want to do? You are given you are given, you are going to be a policeman, you're going to be an engineer, blah blah blah. All of those things, right? You are given. You can choose from here. What? That doesn't even make sense. You can only choose from here. We don't care what is your purpose, what is your talent, what you are here for. You can only choose from here. That's what's the school system. That's what is wrong about the school system. So yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe. Peace.